back to our cross stitch channel, Stitching a Little. In today's video, we're going to be showing you the two heavens or heaven and earth designs that we've started, and these are mini heavens. So if you don't know what the mini heaven and earth designs are, they're basically just the same design but transferred in a mini version or in a smaller version of the same design. So it's obviously going to be a smaller project, but we've been very excited to be showing you guys the heaven and earth that we've started. These actually are the last heaven and earth that we've started, because the other heaven and earth designs, we've already started them, but they are in a bigger version. So they're not these mini ones. But we will be saving that video for a future upload on the channel. So if you don't want to miss that video of the other heaven and earth designs that we're working on, then feel free to join our channel, because most likely maybe around next month-ish, more or less, we'll be uploading a video showing you guys those other projects. But again, this is going to be what this video is going to be about. And we're also going to be showing you two project bags. And these project bags are actually designed for
one testing for you and me.
Yeah, it's a test that we made, a sample. But once again, they are made specifically. We designed them for the heaven and earth design projects. You're going to see very quickly the different sections that it has for your cross stitch project. And now let's not wait any longer and let's get started with the video. Okay, so we're going to start off with my heaven and earth mini design, and we did want to show you the bag that we made specifically for the heaven and earth designs. Meanwhile, I'm explaining the project and showing you the new project. We'll be talking about the bag as we go on. So you can see that the first thing that you have would be this pocket, and this pocket is very spacious, as you can see. So what I have inside would be the scissor, and as you can see, this is a big sized scissor. You'll have plenty of more space to use up, so you can use this space to your liking. You can, let's say, store in a needle box, bobbins, needle minders, a little tiny box, a notepad, floss organizers, whatever you decide, pens, highlighters. And you can see that it has a button here in the middle, and this is actually an accessory button depending on the fabric that you see. So let's say that on our Etsy store for this design of bag, we have a fabric print that has to do with a winter snowy landscape. Most likely you'll see a button that has to do with a snowflake, and so again, it will be depending on the type of bag, the accessory of the button that you'll see on this pocket. Okay, so now to be showing you the project itself, you're going to be opening what would be the zipper, and the way to open is all around, because this is what makes the design of this bag available to store more things or to give you more storage. So you just open all the way around, and this is how the bag itself is going to be. So I'm going to be showing you first what I have inside, and then you'll be seeing the project as the last thing. So first off, I have this bag, and this is actually like a tote bag where you can store in your floss organizer. We made it specifically, once again, for floss organizers, but you can use it to your liking. Remember that you can use it however you'd like. Let's say you want to store in the pens and highlighters or a little chart folded. You can use it however you'd like. So we just open the zipper, and as you can see, these are the colors of the flosses. Once again, you can see that since it has a vinyl in the front, you'll be able to see the fabric theme, and you'll also be able to see what you have inside the project bag or inside this tote bag. As you can see, it also features a handle, which is very useful for transporting the little bag itself. Okay, so next I have this box of storing bobbins, for storing your bobbins. These are the classic boxes that you might see at your nearby craft store. these are the ones that we use, and as you saw, it fits in very well inside the project bag itself. And as you can see here in the corner, my mom leaves me some beautiful notes. I also leave her some in different parts of her cross-stitch projects. So now as we open the box, you can see that I have all of the flosses in a bobbin style form. So let's say that with the floss organizer, I already used up a specific color. I can just come to the bobbins and refill the organizer. So as you can see, the color that most stands out in this box would be the blue tones. So there's a lot of blue toned colors as the protagonist of this project, which you are going to be seeing the design in just a minute. But I did want to show you quickly the variety of blue tones that it has. For example, this one would be in a bright blue color, almost like an electric blue. But you also have some navies, for example, which is obviously a darker tone of blue. You have some sky blues, some different tones of blues, and I really like that about this design. You're going to see why it has that amount of different tones of the blue colors. And it also has, of course, different touches of different colors, which is something that I really like about this design itself. Now, finally, I'm going to be showing you what the design looks like. It is a Heaven and Earth mini. Okay, so this is what would be the design, and it is called Mini the Toy Box. The designer is Donna Gelsinger. The measurement of the design is 270 by 225 height in what would be the stitches, and it has a total of 89 colors. Now, as you can see, the design itself is basically a very winter themed design. It has to do with that Christmas time. It is called the toy box because, as you can see, I like to see it as mother and daughter standing outside what would be this toy store, and you can see that they're seeing what would be the vintage toys inside of the store. It's very beautiful, and it reminds me a lot of what would be mother and daughter in that winter time. And then you can see that next to the toy box, or next to the toy store, you have some Christmas trees, or trees that have a lot of snow falling. Her dress is blue, and the mom's dress is also in different tones of blues, almost greenish. So that's why it has a lot of blue tones, the design itself. We absolutely love the design, and you're going to be seeing pictures here on the screen of what would be the design. I do know that they have this design in a bigger size, or what would be the normal size of the design in which it was originally charted. But once again, we did decide to go with this one, which would be the mini version, since I did want to have a mini version of a Heaven and Earth design here at home. And this is the one that I chose. We also did a poll over on Instagram, and many of you decided on this one. So I'm glad that this one won, because I was really hoping to get this design. So I'm going to be showing you what would be how much I've stitched. And as you can see, this is a number 4 nerge. These are one of the biggest sizes of nerge that they have. You're going to be seeing here on the screen what would be the measurement, the specific measurements of this nerge. You can see that this is the back of how much I stitched, and this is the front. If we're going to be looking at measurements, I'm going to really quickly show you the design itself in the Pattern Keeper. So this is the Pattern Keeper app. It's a very useful app for cross stitchers. Since you can digitally mark the stitches that you've done, it tracks the percentage of how far along you've come with your project. It's very useful. So, and we like to use this app for what would be PDFs. We find that it's most easiest to use it in this type of app. So as you can see, it will be this one here. And here you can tell how much I've stitched. These are the stitches that I've done, and it is a total of 603 stitches. It's not even 1% of the project yet, so I do have a long way to go, and hopefully I can, now that I've shown you the project itself, I can stitch it with a little bit more comfort since I know that we've already presented it on the channel. So once again, you can see it a little bit closer over here. It would be the right top corner of the design, which is the store of the toys, the toy store. I'm really loving the experience so far stitching on this project. Once again, we really did want to have a mini project added to our stitching projects, and we're very glad that we finally were able to do that. So now I'm just going to be storing it once again inside the bag. As you can see, it fits in very well. I just store in all of my accessories and they're going to be fitting in very well inside the bag. You'll have a lot of space. You'll be very comfortable knowing that you have a bag that is perfect for storing in your cross stitch project. But once again, this one is specifically made for what would be the heaven and earth designs, since they do use up a bit more accessories for stitching. And now moving on, we'll be showing you my mom's project. Okay, so this one
now, Tanya talking about my project because I don't know speak English a lot, so I need to learn more in practice. So my daughter talking about my heaven and earth design project.
Yes, as you can see already by the bag itself, it is in that wilderness themed fabric.
Both project is an HAEDS 16.
Oh yes, that's a very important thing that I didn't mention before. The fabric that we're using for both of the mini projects are 16 count HAEDS. So once again, talking about the fabric of what would be my mom's bag, you can see that it has some bears, it has some eagles.
Yeah, but have one difference inside is about the pocket, clear pocket. Because if you use if you don't use a pattern keeper or other program or digital program, so if you use a paper, you can put inside. You see now.
Yeah, so that is one difference about the bag that you're going to be seeing.
And the other difference is in the zipper, because you can you want choice about the open two part. No one. I don't know, say slider.
Yeah. So in this case, as you saw in my previous bag, which was the one with the Santa's themed fabric, this one of my mom's has the option of sliding the zipper with two sliders.
That's two, yeah.
So instead of one, you're going to have two, which you can, for example, slide like so, and it's going to be a little bit easier.
Yeah, and you don't. If you don't want, you can open complete. Like if you have one slider, you need to open complete around.
Yeah.
So with two, you have the choice open to the middle, open to the top. I don't know.
Yeah, so that means that you're going to have more options of opening the bag however you'd like. So as you can see, it's the same with regards to the front. You can see that you have the pocket here, and it also has a button as an accessory. What she has inside the pocket would be these accessories. So she has a little DMC needle box or needle case that she bought. These are 28 number needles, so they're the needles in the 28 number size. She has a scissor for her project. These are the standard size scissors for what would be needlework. And she has a friction pen that, as you may know, they are very useful for what would be gridding the fabric, because once you're done stitching, you can just iron it very cautiously and it erases with heat or with water. So it's very useful in regards to what would be charting the fabric. So I'm going to be showing you very quickly what she has inside of her bag. The first thing that we see is the box of the bobbins. So as you can see, it's the same one in regards, it's the same box, just this one is for her project that you're going to be seeing in a few minutes. I also wrote her here a very lovely note. And then once we open, you can see that these are the colors that she has for her project. As you can see, there are a lot of green and blue tones, but there is also...
It's the forest color, yeah.
Yes, they are in a forest colored theme palette, and we love it. We love that it has these light tones, and it also has some olives, but the variety of colors that her project has specifically is much wider than mine. It does have different pops of colors that make this design stunning, and you're going to be seeing how beautiful it's coming out. So before we show you the project, you can see that this is another baggie for what would be your floss organizers. But once again, you can use it to your liking. You can store inside whatever you like, whatever accessories you need. So in the back, you have the main fabric print, and in the front, you have the clear vinyl and what would be the combination fabric. So if I open, you can see that you can basically have the ability to see what you have inside. So she has some floss organizers, and these are the colors that she's using. And then this would be the handle, which is once again very useful for transporting your bag. It doesn't really matter if you're stitching at your home, or it could be anywhere if you're traveling. This bag is perfect for that. The handle itself is very useful. Okay, so now for the project, something that we wanted to show you very quickly. You can see that it has an extra section. So my bag of the Santa Claus themed fabric doesn't have this. This one in this case does, and this is actually the design that we're going to be sticking to. So what you're going to have is this vinyl section. In case you use paper for what would be marking your chart, it will be very useful for you because you can just store it inside and it will fit in very well. And you can see that you'll be able to see your progress through the clear vinyl. But once again, this is just an example. If you don't use paper, you can still store in many accessories, and you'll be able to see inside this section to see what you have. Okay, so for the project, we're going to be quickly showing you the specific measurements and details about her mini Heaven and Earth. Okay, so this one is called Mini Taking Care of Business, and the designer is Jeffrey Severn. It is a very horizontal landscape. That's like the main theme of this design. And they're basically in the jungle, 3 animals. There's a raccoon, a reindeer, and a bear. So you can see that the bear is basically just sitting inside what would be the toilet with toilet paper, reading a newspaper. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then next would be the reindeer sitting on the bathtub, and it has like a little net protecting the hair. It has a towel. It's super cute and funny. We love this design. And then lastly would be the raccoon, and you can see that he's basically looking at himself inside the mirror, or in the mirror. The design itself does have a lot of detail, so if you look through the design very thoroughly, you'll be able to tell it has lots of details surrounding what would be each of the little animals, and it's gorgeous. So the measurements of the design would be 400 by 133. So 133 being the height in stitches, and it's gorgeous. We love the color palette, we love the design itself. So now you're going to be seeing what my mom has been able to stitch, and she's also stitching it, as you can see, in a number 4 nerge. Once again, these are the nerges of the biggest size that they have in the market, and as you saw, it fitted in very well inside the bag. So you can tell that she started what would be from the bear, which would be the left side of the design where the design itself starts. And you can already tell that it is going to look very well. It has a lot of definition, a lot of dimension. We love how it's turning out. We love the gradients. We love the colors. You can already tell that she started the bear. You can see the little ear, and she's already starting what would be the head. Yeah, she really loved it as soon as she saw it. And this design, we also made a poll over on Instagram, and this is the one that won. So most of you did chose this one, and we're very glad that you did, because this is one of her favorites from the ones that she was choosing, and she's loving stitching this one. She's had a very good experience, and Hopefully we can advance on these so that we can at least be stitching them while we're stitching the other Heaven and Earth projects that you will be seeing in the future on our channel. But as you can see, everything fits in very well inside the bag. You'll just be able to close everything very nice. You can just close with the zippers, and if you'd like, you can close parallel. So I can close with the other slider of the zipper. And you're going to be closing in very well. The bag, everything will be very well secured inside. And we absolutely love this new design to our collection. Remember that the only thing that it will be missing, this bag itself, is a handle. And we will be adding that to this design of the bag. So once you see these type of bags on our Etsy store, keep in mind that they are going to be featuring a handle. That's the only thing that we weren't able to do.
Yeah, but not yet. Maybe in the April month. I think so, in the April month.
Yes, so around April, around the month of April is when we'll be stocking these new additions to our Etsy store. We don't know the name that we're going to be giving the bag. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to let us know down below in the comment section. But this new addition, this new design will be available around the month of April. And as you saw, that was all for today's video. We showed you the Heaven and Earth designs and what would be the mini version of those designs. We really enjoy stitching as little as we stitched. My mom, as you saw, she stitched much more than I did. And so far, the amount that we've stitched, we've actually really enjoyed stitching these designs. So if you would like any of these designs for your cross stitch projects, we will be linking them down below in the description box so that you can go ahead and get them for yourself. Once again, I do believe that they have them in the normal big size version, or if you don't like it in that type of size, they do have it in the mini size also, since the Heaven and Earth designs do feature that type of charting or that type of size project. We hope that you like them. They're very different, but they're very cute. They're very unique designs, and we've enjoyed very much sharing them with you all. You can finally see at least one of the Heaven and Earth designs that we're working on.
Okay, thank you again for if you time, and you use it for see our videos.
Because it's a huge honor for us, as my mom is saying. And for us, it's a big privilege that you take time to see our videos, our Flosstube cross stitch videos.
Just for see the videos. I'm so happy with if you use your time for this.
Yes, it gives us very much joy, and it allows us to share more cross stitch content with you all. Since this is a hobby for us and we do enjoy stitching, well, why not as well share it with you all, and that way we can share a little bit of cross stitch. And well, that was all for today's video. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.